we are going to go ahead and have Scott start. He is the Reptile Man. If you guys haven't seen him, he's very exciting, and he's going to show us his zoo today. So Scott, if you want to go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, for 20 years we've been here in Monroe, Washington, and we're going to start with one of the world's rarest reptiles. This is an albino alligator. Check him out. We've had him for about 15 years. Beautiful animal. And alligators are the most intelligent reptiles, the biggest brain. My alligators are playful. They play, they understand a limited number of human words. And fascinating creature. Definitely not a mindless eating machine. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. But we have a bigger alligator over here that is going to eat. Check him out. He's not coming out. There he comes. Check that out. This guy's almost 400 pounds. It's about as close as you can get to a dinosaur on Earth today. Check him out. Of course, birds are direct descendants of dinosaurs, but crocodiles are next step. You're trying to get him to eat here. Come on, buddy. Yeah. He wants to eat my telephone, so he's not eating his biscuits. Anyway, so that's a pretty impressive alligator. He's almost 400 pounds. You can see him here at our zoo. Isaac, going to the king cobra? This is my son, Isaac. He owns and runs the zoo now. He took it over, and he's doing a great job fixing this place up. And we're going to show you a king cobra. And
how rare is that alligator, Scott?
Well, albino alligators, just a few zoos have them in the United States, but I don't know exact numbers. But that big black alligator we have, I think he's the most impressive reptile in the state of Washington. He is amazing. He's so big, you can't even imagine. You got to see him up close. But anyway, we've got a cobra here. And cobras are very shy creatures. They try to get away from you, but if they feel trapped, they're going to act big and tough. They're going to stand up in the air. They're going to try to scare you away. And so here we go. So we get this king cobra to do his, it's called a hood. They have extra long ribs on their neck. And this is how they bluff you out, keep you away. So he's coming. Hold on. There he is in his cage.
Do any of your animals have names? Long.
Well, we have almost 200 reptiles, so hard to remember that many names, but I know my show animals, most of those have names. But let's see. Oh, check him out. Come on. He's not making his hood very big. Come on. Oh, he just wants to go hide. There he is. Oh. Come on, buddy. Ooh. You see him open his mouth there? That's a warning. He's saying, leave me alone. I might bite you. But he doesn't have his venom. He doesn't have his venom anymore. All our snakes here are devenomized. So that's a cobra. Thanks, Isaac. And moving on here. Oh, this is the most sensitive reptile on Earth, the chameleon. We don't recommend these guys as pets because they get stressed out very easily. They turn dark. If you see a dark chameleon, he's not happy. And any little thing will bother him. Very stressed out animal. So, but beautiful to look at. Ooh, venomous lizards. That's a beaded lizard, a relative. Oh.
Yep, looks like we lost video for a sec.
Oh, are we here?
Here we go.
Okay, sorry.
Back.
Did you see the chameleon? Did we lose that?
We did see the chameleon, but we did not see the bearded lizard.
I saw a chameleon.
Oh, check this out. We got a two-headed turtle. Look at these guys. This is Pete and repeat. And you have two turtle bodies in one shell. And the right head controls the right half and the left head controls the left half. And they have to work together to swim through the water. And it's really funny. Sometimes they get in fights over food and they can't quite bite each other. So it's pretty funny to watch them fight. But their names are Pete and Repeat, two-headed turtle. We've had those guys for a long time. Yeah, so let's move on.
Hey, Scott, somebody wants to know if you've been bitten before.
Not with venom. I've never had a snake bit with venom, but you have key this or that. Oh, let's take a look at the black mamba, the world's #1 deadliest snake. Their bites are 90% fatal to humans. Very few zoos have black mambas because nobody wants to clean their cage. They're also the world's fastest snake, and they are a handful. This snake has probably bitten me about 3 times, but I hardly felt anything. It was so fast, I didn't feel anything. I just noticed blood running down my arm. It's quite strange to be bit by a black mamba. But he's very shy. They won't chase you or attack you. He bit me because I wouldn't put him down. So let's see if we can get him to open his mouth. He's going to flash his black mouth to try to scare us away. You notice he's not attacking us. You should flash your mouth, black mamba. He's almost 10 feet long. And I think they're probably the smartest snake on earth too. Very intelligent. But you don't have to, he doesn't flash, that's fine. Yeah. Look at those black eyes. But black mambas are not black, just the mouth is black. As a warning to animals that they are dangerous. When they flash their black mouth, leave them alone. Well, everybody's on break, on vacation today. But yeah, you don't see those very often in zoos. Black mamba, how about that? Oh, check this out. Boa constrictors. Boa constrictors don't eat people. Pythons and anacondas have, hey, what's the difference between a boa and a python? Well, generally, pythons lay eggs, and boas, the babies are born alive. So this is a boa, baby's born alive. Boa constrictor from South America. And what else have we got here? Let's see.
Scott, what's your favorite type of reptile?
I love my alligators. I think they're just so smart and interesting. And I have an alligator at my house. She'll watch television and talk to the TV. She plays like a puppy. She chews up my CDs. There's a lot going on there. All animals with backbones have feelings and emotions. And people really underestimate reptiles. They do have feelings and emotions. They're amazing creatures. So let's see what else we've got around here.
How do the reptiles handle the 2020, like the pandemic and with the smoky air and stuff? Is it harder on them or?
No, they don't breathe in as much air as we do. I'm putting my mask to the other side. So that hasn't been a problem. But, yeah, I can't wait till the clean air comes back. Oh boy. Oh, check this out. Anaconda. This thing is huge. Look at this thing. They get 600 pounds. The world's heaviest snake, anaconda, the green anacondas. They think probably one person each year gets eaten by a snake in the whole world. And that's one of the species that eats people. But it's very rare. Oh, check this guy out. This is a green iguana. Probably all seen those. And then another kind of iguana is the rock iguana. Rock iguanas look like rocks. See if we can get him to say hi. Hey, Rocky. Hey, Rocky, say hi. Are you okay? Yeah, you okay, Rocky? Yeah. Yeah, I know him. I've had him almost 20 years. He knows me. Whenever he sees me, he shakes his head. That's how he talks to me, so shaking his head. Rocco. Oh, venomous snakes in America. If you go back east, there's a snake called a copperhead. and their bites don't kill you, but look at this. His head is the color of a penny, and pennies are made of copper. It's a very small viper. Bite is not fatal. You won't die, but it hurts. You might have to go to the hospital. So watch your step back east. They're really hard to see on the ground, and people step on them. So, but they won't chase you. Hey, snakes in America don't chase people. So, in fact, snakes almost never chase people. Very rare. Oh, let me show you. We do have a crocodile here. Check this out. Crocodiles have a long, skinny nose. Alligators have a short, wide nose. So there's a crocodile, got that skinny nose, pointy nose. Crocodiles are not as easygoing as alligators. We don't handle the crocodiles as freely as we do the alligators. Oh, look at this. A 20-foot python. Check that out. Isn't she beautiful? It's an albino, beautiful, beautiful python from Asia, Southeast Asia. Reticulated python. It can be over 30 feet and about 400 pounds. So yeah. Let's see what else we got over here.
You said that snakes in America don't chase people, but what about snakes in Australia?
Well, if they're cornered and they're provoked, it's rare, but it has happened. And a lot of times people may step on or near them and get bitten. But the snakes in Australia, they have the most toxic venom on a mouse in a laboratory. But on humans, the deadliest snakes are from Africa. The mamba is the #1 deadly. But about 5 people a year die from snake bite in Australia. And about the same in the United States, not a lot. That's rare. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, check these guys out. What?
Is that albino python the same one that you bring out to people at the elementary schools? Or is it a
the
different
one we take to schools is a Burmese python. Reticulated pythons, you should never get those as pets. They're just a little more high-strung. They're not as relaxed. Reticulated pythons get so big, they can be dangerous when they're big adults. If you reach into the cage, you got to be careful with the feeding response. And check these guys out. These are tree pythons. Aren't they beautiful? We have 2 different color phases, the blue and the green. Aren't they pretty? But yeah, they just lay there all day and wait for small birds to fly by. They have long teeth that get through the feathers of the bird. They grab the birds and constrict them and eat them. Ooh, here's a pretty snake. Look at this thing. Beautiful tree viper, Wagler's pit viper. Look at this thing. You see the color and the patterns. Really pretty snake. So, no, it's fine. I'm just looking at how we're good. And let's see what else we've got around here. Oh, big diamondback rattlesnake. Check that out. So if you're down in Florida, you got to watch your step because eastern diamondbacks are so big. Their bites are much more dangerous than other rattlesnakes. They got a lot of venom. So watch out. Pancakes under a rock, right? Okay. So let's see you. Just check this out here.
Do you have to wash your hands before handling any of the reptiles?
Oh yeah, we wash our hands going from cage to cage. We're very careful not to cross-contaminate. And let's see.
I know that you have over 200 reptiles, but how many snakes do you have of those?
Probably half of those are snakes, I would say. We do have a preponderance of snakes. So,
when you devenom a snake, do you leave the fangs in, or do you defang any of your animals?
No, they still have fangs. You can't really defang them. They get infections in their mouth, and that's not a good thing to do to snakes. So, but when you take the venom gland out, that's a different thing. We do have a big snapping turtle here. It's an alligator snapping turtle. I don't know if you can see him through the glass there. He is a big turtle. How much does he weigh? He's probably a 60-pound alligator snapping turtle. huge head, very primitive looking creature, but amazing animal. His tongue looks like a worm, and when he opens his mouth in the river, fish just swim into his mouth and he snaps them up for dinner. So alligator snappers go fishing with their tongue. Let's see what else. Ooh, look at this. Number 5 deadliest snake, the puff adder. These snakes, they bite more people than any other snake in Africa, because venomous snake, because they're hard to see on the ground. They're very camouflaged, and people go walking through the grass and they step on them. It's a large viper, very camouflaged. Bite is pretty dangerous. But, yeah. Watch your step in Africa. It's let's see what else we've got in here.
What about food for your animals? Do they all eat the same thing? What's the most that one of the animals eats? How often do you have to feed them?
Well, snakes eat once a week, and alligators eat more often. Here's an underwater view of an alligator. You can see him there. There he is. See him? So. See if you can get, here he is. Check him out. Isn't he beautiful? Oh. Can you see him okay? There he is.
Yeah, he's really cool. Everybody's in the chat like, oh my goodness, oh wow.
Yeah, they're my favorite. So. See the big guy, he's swimming around here. He's about 400 pounds, isn't he? Yeah, he is a monster. His head is so big. I love this guy. Very impressive. But the big male alligators, they're very mischievous. You know, you can't really trust them. They're all, when you're in cleaning their cage, they're always making trouble, biting the brush or splashing water on you or sneaking up on you. So you never trust the big male alligators. Alligator attacks on humans are rare. It does happen, but it's usually because people feed them. You never feed wild alligators. That's a big no-no. So. Oh, here we have a timber rattlesnake. Check her out. And that's an old rattlesnake. You can tell because it has a very wide, long rattle. The rattle is very wide and not tapered. So that's an old rattlesnake. Every time they shed their skin, they get a new button at the bottom. But the old ones break off, so you can't really tell how old they are. But yeah, rattlesnake bites are about 1% fatal overall. It's rarely fatal. Rattlesnakes in eastern Washington are very small, and bites are rarely fatal in Washington. So let's see what else we got. Oh, here's the venomous beaded lizard. This is a relative of the Gila monster. It's just a really big Gila monster and more yellow instead of pink. So, but the most painful animal bite on earth is the Gila monster and the beaded lizard. They're the two venomous lizards. So, some people think Komodo dragons are venomous, but I don't agree with that. So, yeah. Oh, we got a lizard that runs on water. Check it out. It's a basilisk. And these guys can actually run across the water. Some people call them the Jesus lizard. And quite amazing. So, they live in South America in the rainforest. That's the legless one. No.
Somebody wants to know if baby rattlers are worse than adult rattlers.
Oh, that is a misconception. No, baby rattlesnakes are much less fatal because they have far less venom. Their venom glands are so small, and that it really, you might swell up your hand, but you're not going to die. The bigger, the worse it is. More venom. Ooh, check this out. Blood python. A beautiful red color. Blood pythons are being killed for their skins, and they're going down in the wild. Their numbers are declining rapidly because people like to make jackets and shoes out of their skin. Beautiful red skin, blood python from Southeast Asia.
Emma wants to know, how many other types of animals do you have that aren't snakes?
Oh, I couldn't give you a number, but I'd say probably maybe 50, 60. We also do giant spiders and insects. Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this. It's a caiman lizard from South America. It's a lizard, but it looks like a caiman, a crocodilian. It has the same scales on its back and tail, kind of like an alligator, but it's a lizard. So they evolved to live in the water. They eat snails. They're very picky eaters, and they love to eat snails. They have very powerful jaws to break the shell of the snail and eat the inside. So beautiful green and orange caiman lizard. So you don't see those very often.
The colors on that were super cool. I like that one the best so
Aren't they
far.
pretty? Yeah, they are just amazing. Yeah, like I said, what's that?
I was going to say, we have a couple of people in chat who are wondering why you don't think Komodo dragons are venomous.
Well, Komodo dragons have such big, jagged, sharp teeth that when they bite an animal, the animal goes into shock. They can have germs, there could be sepsis, the animal could get infection. But generally, the animal just dies from blood loss and shock. And monitor lizards don't need to be venomous. I was bitten by a big water monitor, which is like the Komodo dragon. I had no systemic effects, no neurological effects from it. So I really just, some people say that, but I
was bit by a baby bull snake.
Oh yeah, that's most snakes. They're harmless snakes. Their teeth are little pinpricks that hardly hurts at all. I've never had an infection from a snake bite, but yeah, some people say they're venomous Komodo dragons, but I'm not really convinced. They confuse saliva glands with venom glands. And if you take any saliva from an animal and you inject it into a rat, the rat's going to have effects. The blood pressure is going to drop. They're going to say, well, yeah, it's venomous. But you can take human saliva, inject it into an animal, and some animals will die. I mean, technically, we're venomous to some other animals. So I don't really think you can prove that. I don't see, Komodo dragons don't need to be venomous. They've got big teeth to do their work. And yeah, anything over here? Cockroaches are fine.
Yeah, you can just go and reach in there. They're not feeder ones. So
like I said, we have insects here.
Contaminated them, so.
And look at these beauties.
Can I see the insects?
Yeah, I can get them on my hand here. Whoa, come on, bud. Come on. Whoa.
Just as a reminder, if you guys have questions, type them in the chat, please. Thank you.
All right, check this out.
I don't know how to do the chat.
I don't like house cockroaches, okay? But this is a tropical cockroach, a winged cockroach, and they are beautiful. They don't live in your house, and they're very intelligent. Cockroaches are very smart insects. I love these cockroaches. They're beautiful. Check this out. We got a red-legged. Hold on here. Let's see. You want me to just pull it out? I gotta hold the phone. Sure you're around. We got a tarantula. We have spiders and tarantulas here.
We've got a couple people asking if you have a Komodo dragon. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
Actually, I've never been bitten by a tarantula. I actually let a big one crawl across my face to help me get over my fear a long time ago. And but spiders, I've never been bitten by a spider. I don't know why everybody's afraid. They're very good for people. They eat insects, they eat cockroaches, and they're very shy creatures. They don't want to bite you. They don't attack people. So But isn't that a beautiful, beautiful tarantula, red knee tarantula? Oh yeah, they got hairs on their hind end there. Yeah. But yeah, please don't kill spiders. Spiders are important. You know, I could see maybe a black widow spider, but we need spiders. Very good for people. We love spiders.
Micah and Luca want to know if you have any scorpions.
Scorpions are where?
No.
We don't have any scorpions at this time. But yeah, so let me see if I missed any. We got all kinds of things here. We have a lizard like a Komodo dragon. It's called a water monitor, but he's in his box, hide box right now. You can't see him in there. But he's probably, what, 7 feet long. He's a huge lizard. And but both of the other zoos, the Woodland Park and the Point Vine Zoo, they have Komodo dragons, so we don't want to be redundant. We try to have different things. They don't have alligators, but we do, but they have Komodo dragons. So I love Komodo dragons, but I think the alligators are more impressive. They're just so much bigger. And so just walking around looking, we missed here. Let's see.
Do you have any frogs?
Oh, we have frogs, yeah. Let's find some frogs for you here. Oh.
All right, Morgan, this is for
Here's
you.
Here's the world's biggest frog. It eats small children. And if you ever see one of these, run for your life. Just kidding.
It's just a statue, right? Okay.
Yeah. You didn't fall for that, did you?
No, of course not. I definitely did not jump.
Here's a big frog, an African bullfrog.
I didn't fall for it.
He's about the size of a dinner plate. But yeah, if you pick up a frog or a toad, they usually fill their bodies up with air to be too big to swallow. It's to intimidate predators. But oh, here's a lizards with a family. Only 2 reptiles have families. This is one of them. This is a monkey lizard or prehensile-tailed skink. This is the baby. The babies, when they're born, they can be 1/3 the size of the adult. This is the baby, and the adult's up there. See, it's almost about half the size of the adult.
There's a brand new baby. It's about 3 weeks old.
Oh, can't see you though, huh? Yeah, so, but these lizards live in families inside of hollow trees in Asia. And yeah, monkey lizards hang by their tail. I think I had one on our last show. Monkey lizards, so fascinating. Yeah. Oh, check this out. Snakes shed their skins. These are actual snake skins. See this? And you can see the patterns in the skin when they shed. And you know why snakes shed their skin? It's not to grow. It's to get rid of parasites, little bugs called mites that suck their blood. So every 3 months, a snake sheds its skin and the mites are gone. So it's parasite control. Oh, I have a snake called the water moccasin. And these live in swamps where alligators live down by Florida. And these snakes, you hear a lot of stories about water moccasins. It's not true. They don't do that. The snake is also called a cottonmouth. And check out this beauty. Yeah, this is the beauty of this. They're very good. You see her there? And it's got that triangle head. She's a viper. Yeah, rattlesnakes are vipers too. Watch out for the triangle head. And she be they're white colored on.
Oops.
Notice how thick her body is. Thick. That's a moccasin. Water snakes are skinnier. They're skinny. They don't have that big triangle head. So, yeah, that's a water moccasin. There are 4 species of venomous snakes in the United States. This is one of them. So here, go back in her box. There you go. She's one of my favorite snakes. I've had that snake for a long time. Beautiful animal. So yeah, are we out of time?
I think that is about it. Do you have anything else you wanted to show us?
That's about it. Any questions?
Let's see here. Somebody asked if tarantulas can be kept as pets, or are they venomous?
Well, they can. Very few tarantulas have dangerous bites. So, but different species have different temperaments. Some are a little more aggressive than others. There are some species that are quite tame, and you can get them as little babies and raise them up. Fun hobby. Tarantulas. Yeah, we've had tarantulas for years. If you do get bitten, most species, they say it's like a bad bee sting. I mean, it's not a life-threatening situation. So, oh, by the way, in Western Washington, there's a spider here that looks like a black widow, but it doesn't have the red orb on the bottom, the hourglass. And that species is not venomous. So if you're in Western Washington, you think you see a black widows only live in Eastern Washington. So just so you know. All right.
Someone wants to know if you have any swamp
more
animals.
questions?
Do you have any swamp animals? Uh-oh.
Can you hear me? Any more questions?
Hold on. It looks like.
I can't hear anything. Did we
Hold on
time
one
out?
sec.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay. I think your internet was going in and out there for a second.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to know if you had any swamp animals.
Swamp animals. Yeah, a variety of, what would be a good example of a swamp animal? Well, the anaconda, definitely. They live in wetlands. In fact, they almost never come out of the water. They're very slow moving out of the water. But, yeah, we've got reptiles from all different habitats. Let's see if there's anything else we missed. Hey, Rocco. You okay, buddy? You okay, Rocco? Yeah? You okay? Yeah? He's okay.
Do you have any recommendations for pet lizards?
Well, you know, I don't recommend reptiles as pets unless you really, really want one, because people get kind of bored with them. And but if you have to get one, corn snakes, maybe, crested geckos, bearded dragons, are good starters, I think. Crested geckos are really cute. Really, a lot of personality. They're fun.
How many different species of snake live in the U.S.?
Oh, that's a good question. How many species of snakes in the United States? Yeah, I've not heard an exact count on that. You count subspecies and different things, but only 4 are venomous. 4 species are venomous. And in Western Washington, we only have 2 species really that are common, the rubber boa and the garter snake. So, and by the way, the rubber boa is a miniature anaconda that lives here. Do you have your rubber boa?
The garter snake is a venomous snake?
No, they're not venomous.
Oh.
Garter snakes are harmless. So, but if you see a snake with a stripe,
venomous, and my
it's a
grandma
garter
has
snake.
a ton.
Yeah, they eat slugs, so they're good for your garden. Garter snakes eat slugs. But rubber boas are miniature anaconda. It's a boa that lives here in Eastern and Western Washington.
Like,
Okay, any more questions?
I think I'm just going to unmute everybody so that everybody can say hi, and I think that'll be the end of it.
Oh, I have a question. One time, my sister holds a garter snake at camp. I thought to hold it, but my sister told me not to.
Well, just remember, don't pick up a snake if you don't know what kind it is. And if you hold a harmless snake, don't squeeze it. You let it crawl through your hands. If you squeeze them, it hurts them, and they might bite you to make you let go. Let them crawl.
I've been bit by a baby bull snake, and it really hurts. And
Really?
I've had a gardener snake in my hand that had his tail cut up, and it was about as tall as me.
Oh,
Can I show you a python too?
Alrighty. I think that's it, everybody. You guys can find him at his zoo in Monroe, Washington, and you can visit the Reptile Zoo. You can visit his website at www.reptileman.com. Everybody wave and say bye, Scott. Bye, Reptile Man.
hey, coming.
We'll see you next time, all right?
Thank you.
Remember, we are going to be uploading this to YouTube as well, so you guys can catch it again there.
Just watch it on YouTube.
Alrighty.
All
Bye,
right.
guys. I'll see you later.
Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Oh, wow.